so mari rai. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. देखो सुनो मत बोलो. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complaint level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We have seen yesterday there are so many themes, topics in our scriptures, and the important one are: what is this world? Who is the person going through the experiences called as Jiva or the soul? And then, what is this world? And where is God? What is God? And what is spiritual practice? These are the topics. All these topics are aimed at bringing our attention to our own self. That is the purpose. Whether you are eating non-vegetarian food, or you are eating vegetarian food, or you are eating the vegan food, all of them are aimed at satiation of your hunger. In the same manner, all the topics, and they are all required. Suppose I have got 4 sons. Example, I have got 4 sons. One child I introduce. He is in, I think, class 1 or 2. This one is in high school. The third one is in college. And the fourth one is a doctorate. So when I explain like this, do I mean that I condemn the child who is in the KG1 or KG2? These are the stages through which everyone has to go. Exactly the same way. According to our adhikar, the scriptures give these topics. Therefore, ashramas trividha hina madhyama utkrishta drishtayah upasanopadishteyam tadartham anukampaya. Anukampaya, out of great concern and love for the different types of people, various kinds of spiritual practices are told. Which are those various types of people? Ashrama trividha prokta. There are 3 types of people, human mind. One is hina madhyama utkrishta. Hina means the one who are short of understanding. There are some people, they just don't understand. Very weak. You ask them to do something physically, they will jump and do anything. To what extent? But if it is studying comes, they are out of it. So you tell them, like just now, right now, if I tell you this, next 2 minutes, do not talk to yourself. Difficult, no? And suppose I tell you, stand on one leg and hand up there and do loudly, Om Trambakam Yajamahe. You will do it. I have no doubt about it. See, those who are physical oriented, for them different type of spiritual practice is told. Those who are mind oriented, for them different type of spiritual practice is told. So, those who are physical oriented, for them, karma, karma, karma is told. Satyam vada, dharmam chara. See? Then those who are little emotional, they want everything according to their choice, but doesn't happen. Then they go before God and start crying, Krishna, Krishna, please do this thing. So one is karma pradhan, body oriented. Second is mind pradhan, they are upasana oriented. And their whole life goes into that. But the purpose of karma and upasana is karmani chitta shuddhartham. Karma is done to get freedom from the obsessions about things and beings. See, there are two things which happen with reference to karma. Whatever we are supposed to do, if we do that, there will be no regrets in the mind. See? And if we are not doing what we are supposed to do, regrets will come. And if we do something what we are not supposed to do, regrets will come. Therefore, karma tells what? That whatever is obligatory to you, only engage yourself in that. Therefore, there won't be any impressions on the mind, one that are omissions of the right things and commissions of the wrong things. That will free us. Therefore, karmani chitta shuddhartha. Running away from the responsibilities of life is not spiritual life. Till such time you are having the body identification, you have to work in this world. There is nothing free in this world. See, except politicians. So, ashramat trividha. Now, those who are the emotional personalities, they always want some kind of support. And then all the time, Deen, Heen, Krishna, 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 he is inside your heart, but doesn't come to us knowledge. So, for them, upasana. So, by upasana, our mind becomes single pointed, meaning it is available to us whenever we want for whatever purpose we want. These are the two things which are done through the karma and upasana. Therefore, hina and madhyama, two types of people. Hina, those who are not able to have anything but the body identification. Madhyama, those who are emotional. And the third is utkrishta drishtaya. The third one are contemplative. And for them, different types of spiritual practices are told by the scriptures. Now, therefore, this non-dual is not, Advaita is not opposed to anything. See, once I was in Gujarat, in some ashram we went, just to crossing on the way. So my friend told Swamiji, here there is a big ashram. Should we go? I said, go. So there was some Bhagwan Krishna's temple and all that. So we went and did namaskar. There are so many students there, brahmacharis, and they came. Maharaj, what is your sampradaya? First question. You are follower of Jai Shri Krishna? I said, no, I am follower of Jai Shri Ram. See? No, no, I am a Shaiva. Oh, you are Shaiva. See? Getting lost in this. For the Advaita Darshan, it makes no difference. See? Whether you call water, whether you call pani, whether you call jalam, whether you call tanni, one and the same thing. Because Advaita Darshan. Therefore, it is said, शास्त्र उपपत्तिभ्याम अवधारितम अवधारितत्वाद अद्वय आत्मदर्शनम सम्यक दर्शनम तद बाह्यत्वाद मिथ्या दर्शनम अन्यत. Therefore, what is told by the scriptures and what is proved logically is the right understanding, and other than this is mithya. All things are illusion, they are not. Therefore, इतश्च मिथ्या दर्शनम द्वैतीनाम राग द्वेषादि दोषस्पदत्वात्. And because of this wrong understanding of the truth, they are caught up in the likes and dislikes. See? And whenever we are functioning under the influence of likes and dislikes, we are divorced from the truth. See? And you know the funniest part? Likes and dislikes have no logic. I like this. What is the logic? I just like it. I don't like that. Why? I just don't like it. No logic. And our whole life is guided by this illogical principle, likes and dislikes. See? And this is how the samsara continues. It is so important to understand these things, friends. Therefore, real spiritual practice is proper understanding. स्वसिद्धांत व्यवस्थासु द्वैतिनो निश्चिता दृढ़म परस्परम विरुध्यन्ते तैहि अयम न विरुध्यते. Therefore, स्वसिद्धांत व्यवस्थासु, to prove that my path is superior than your path. See? The Madhva, the Ramanuja, then all other, the Buddhists, the Jains, then the Christians, the Muslims, all of them are constantly trying to prove mine is the only one. See? When Swami Akhandanji was, I was, staying in Vrindavan, and I told Maharaj I have to go. He told me something so beautiful. He said, if you are abiding in non-dual reality, he told in Hindi and Sanskrit, यदि आपकी अद्वैत की निष्ठा है, if you are abiding in the non-dual absolute truth, you will never be able to do dharma prachar. Ishavasямidam sarvam. See, everything is Paramatma. If this is your conviction and you accepted it, then where is Bengali, Gujarati, Marathi? Where is the problem? See? Therefore, Swasiddhanta Vyavasthasu, only Maharashtrians should stay in Bombay and destroy this city. See? Such funny approach. One has to get out of it. So, Swasiddhanta Vyavasthasu Dvaitena Nishtita Drudam. They are so obsessed with this thing. And Parasparam Viruddhyante. And then among themselves, are they happy? See? The other day, somebody asked me this question, Swamiji, when will the Hindus come together? They are so divided. I said, they come together only under one condition. When 4 Hindus walk in one direction for one cause, they are carrying a dead body on their shoulders. That is the only time they are together. Otherwise, they are all divided. See? Because there is no obsession. You go to Hanuman temple, you are a Hindu. You go to Devi temple, you are a Hindu. You don't go anywhere, you are still a Hindu. You are Arya Samadi, you are a Hindu. There is a problem. Advaita darshanam. So, parasparam viruddhyante, tahi ayam na viruddhyate. Therefore, this Advaita Atma darshan is not opposed to anything. See? Now, why it is not opposed to, although it is not here, I am telling you in short. The truth, Brahman, is simultaneously material and efficient cause of this world. This is the principle. Material cause is like the material cause of the ornaments is gold. An efficient cause of the ornament is the goldsmith. When these two things come together, then the creation of the ornament is possible. In the same manner, is it that there are two different things? The material cause is something else and the efficient cause is something else? No. The same Paramatma of its own potentiality becomes the world. See? Now to understand, take this example. Water has its own potentiality. In the water, other than water, there is nothing. Now, where this potentiality will act on? It will act on itself. So, when the potentiality of the water becomes invoked, activated of its own, then the water is called as ocean. See? And because of the same potentiality, the ocean is called as waves. See? So, water is both the material cause and efficient cause of the ocean and the waves. From our standpoint. From water standpoint, it doesn't exist. If you go and tell the water, excuse me, sir, you are terrible as ocean, but waves I like sometime. The water will say, excuse me, gentlemen, what is the ocean? See? Sugar cane never suffers from diabetes. Water never gets drowned in the ocean. Water never is broken when the waves break. Because in the water, other than the water, there is nothing. This is the Advaita Siddhanta. So those who are unable to comprehend this, then they are told Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, they are different. But it is the same Paramatma, but it is expressing as everything. Therefore, Advaitam Paramartho hi, Dvaitam tad bheda uchyate, Tesham ubhayatha Advaitam, tenayam na viruddhate. Therefore, Advaita Paramartha hi. So Advaita, non-dual absolute is the ultimate truth, and Dvaitam tad bheda uchyate. The appearance of the multiplicity is expression of the same non-dual. See? When the gold expresses as ornament, or the water expresses as the ocean and the waves, is some duality created? No. See? And therefore, water is not against the ocean, is not in favor of the waves. Whether you make the idols of Rama or Ravana out of the gold, it continues to be gold only. Because what is the world? Superimposition of name and form. See? When you remove the name and the form, what remains is the Paramatma. Therefore, Tesham Ubhayatam Dvaitam Tenayam na Viruddhate. Therefore, they talk about Paramartha and Aparamartha. Both of them are Dvaita, so okay, whatever you call, we have no objection. If somebody says, no, the ocean and the waves are different, we agree. This one principle you try, which I try always. The best way to disagree is to agree immediately. Vado na avalambyaha. Never take refuge in arguments. See? There is no point. Yes, it's okay. After 2 minutes, they forget about what. When you keep on arguing logically, then your head is eaten. Therefore, Tesham Ubhayatha Advaitam Tena Ayam na Viruddhate. Therefore, this Advaita Tattva is not against anything. And when you are not against anything, you are at peace. We are against both. Once somebody came to meet me in Kailadham, I was staying there and I was doing something. So the friend came. I said, hey, you hang around for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, I'll finish the job and then talk to you because I forget otherwise. So he sat quiet. And it was so calm and quiet. Even the mosquito sound will not come inside. It was so calm. So I finished my job. I say, I'm so sorry. I kept you waiting. Swamiji, say whatever. Frightening silence. Can silence frighten somebody? Frightening silence. And the other way, oh, it was too much noisy. So both the things disturb us. But what is the truth? The silence is eliminated by us and the noise is eliminated by us. So who are we? See, friends. Therefore, wise people are not against anything. See, our whole life is influenced by that because we are still extrovert. Those who are vegetarian, they talk ill about non-vegetarian. Those who are vegans, they talk ill about both of them. We are superior than you. Let them eat the whole. As long as they don't eat your head, it is okay. See? Don't get lost in this world. Therefore, द्वैतम द्वैत अद्वैत भेद इत्युक्ते द्वैतम अपि अद्वैत परमार्थ सद इति स्यात् कस्यचित् आशंकता इति आह. Now, how this Dvaita duality is essentially the non-dual? How? Mayaya vidyate hetan na anyatha ajam kadashanam tattvato vidyamanehi martyatam amrutam rajet. Now, in this karika it is said, one becomes many because of the Maya. Now we understand. What is the Maya? Maya is like the burning power of the fire is Maya. When the Maya, the burning power is unmanifest, the element fire supports all the forms, Rupa Tanmatra. See? But when the same burning power becomes manifest, it consumes all the Rupas, all the forms. See? Therefore, Mayaya vidyate hetat. In the same manner, because of the Maya, this alone appears to have become many. Because of the Maya, the water appears to have become the ocean, and because of that, the water appears to have become the waves. Mayaya vidyate. In fact, be attentive. Is the ocean a part of the water? Like my hand is a part of me, it is a limb. In the same manner, is the ocean a part of the water? No, it is not a limb, it is not avaya. It is not an extension of the water. Think. And further, the waves too. They are not a part, they are not appendages to the waters. So the water itself is called as ocean and waves because our attention is on the manifest, and that manifest is covering the unmanifest. See? So simple it is. And therefore, Mayaya vidyate hetat. It is because of this potentiality, it appears as if the water has become ocean and a wave. See? In fact, it is not so. There is no division in the absolute. Infinite cannot be divided. We can imagine divisions in infinite. Imagination is possible. See? And imagination is not real. We imagine north, east, west, south. Where are there any objects? No. Directions. Directions are imaginary projection on the space. Space is one. Therefore, Mayaya vidyate hetan na anyatha ajam kathanchana. Therefore, there is no other way that one can become many without this conditioning or the upadhis. Now, this point also I told you a number of times. You work on it. The local example I am giving you again and again, one day it should click. Woman is one. She becomes the daughter, she becomes the wife, she becomes the mother. Who is miserable? These three. They are nowhere. Now, what can you talk to them after having heard Vedanta so many years? And yet again, Swamiji, my son, Swamiji, my daughter, Swamiji, my husband. Ram, 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 Ram. Get out of it. Whatever you are supposed to do it and relax. Don't carry the burden throughout life. See? And they have this expectation. If we go to the temple, things will sort out. Friends, if we have the driving license, traffic will not become organized. You have to remain organized. If we are walking the spiritual path, we should be able to adapt ourselves. See, if I have learned swimming, I cannot expect the water should not be like this. No, you have to adjust yourself. Therefore, Mayaya vidyate heta na ajam anyatha kathanchana. Only because of the upadhi, one appears to have become many, and that which appears does not exist. See, be attentive. Neither the Paramatma dies, nor the Jivatma dies. See? Neither the wife dies, nor the husband dies. Just think over it. When there is a divorce, what happened to the husband and wife? Both of them died. Which cremation ground you took them? If they died, they can die if they exist. Get our snake and the rope, friends. When you come to know the rope as a rope, will you further continue your investigation? It is okay, it's a rope, but where the snake has gone? See, my friends. Therefore, if we are studying Mandukya Karika, Nayamatma Balahini Labhya, it is not for the weaklings. We have to be clear and ready to accept the facts of life. Mayaya vidyate hetan na anyatha ajam kadaschana tatvato vidyamanehi martatam amrutam vrajet. And therefore, if really the jiva is born, then he will die. But jiva is also not born. Husband is not born. Husband is only illusion. See? But that illusion we take as real. So as much as the husband is illusion, the wife is illusion. Two illusions are playing with each other. Like what? Be attentive. In our Yoga Vashishta we have seen, if you remember the story of Leela and Saraswati, if you keep two mirrors in front of each other, there will be how many reflections in each? Millions of them. So in front of the husband, there is a wife. See? Each other. Keep on suffering. Therefore, friends, aupadhik utpatti, that which is born because of some conditioning, is not real. So, tattvato vidyamanehi martatam amrutam vrajet. Then if the jivas are really born, then they will die. But when the jiva is not really born, how can they die? Is the husband born? No. Man is born. He became husband. See? Therefore, husband is banavati, not real. And if he changes wife number of times, he becomes nanavati. Banavati, many times nanavati. See, friends. Tattvato vidyamanehi martyatam amrutam rajed. Therefore, if we say the Paramatma is unborn, immortal, and then if he becomes Jiva, then he will die. How can something which is never born die? See, अजातस्यैव भावस्य जातिम इच्छन्ति वादिनः अजातो ह्यमृतो भावः मर्त्यतां कथमेष्यति. Vadinaha, those who are lost in the duality in Dvaita, they think about that this birthless Atma dies. If somebody is not born, how can he die? See, when the wife goes away, divorce, will the husband die? See, about this, I'll tell you one experience in San Jose. It happened many years before. When I reached there on the airport, one nice young man, he drove me and constantly talking. Swamiji, I am your fan, and you tell me, I have got a beautiful wife, I have got 2 kids, I got sufficient money. That money is enough for me for 10 generations. Now tell me, we are all healthy. Now what is heaven other than this? I said, yes, you are already Sargavasi, don't worry. Now you talk to me when we go home. I am tired, tomorrow we'll talk. Or you come in the evening. Evening he came. Immediately he came. I said, hey, Sargavasi, how are you? And he started crying. I said, what happened? Swarga se gir ke narak mein. What happened? And then he started telling the story. Swamiji, When I went home in the evening, I got a call from her. Keep the children with you. I am not coming home. I have legally sorted out everything. Papers are ready. You can come and sign. And we say goodbye. I want my freedom. Now he, Swamiji, what will I do with the two children? I said, I have no ashram. That is the reason I don't have anything. Other people will put on your head. Isko pakad lo. I said, what happened to you? You are in the Swarga? See, friends, therefore don't get too much involved in this world. So when his wife left, who is miserable? Man is not miserable. The husband is miserable and the father is miserable. Once you recognize this principle, the only way is wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. How? Karnataka. That's it. Kurvanne veha karmani jiji visheshadagam sama. Whatever you are supposed to do it 100%, cheerfully, happily, fully. That is the only way spiritual life can be. But all the time, we are buried under our own expectations. My son should be like that. My daughter should be like that. My husband should be like that. Ram, 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 Ram. See? They are not furnitures. They will behave according to you. And will you like a son who is 40 years old and goes in a shopping mall holding the finger of the mummy and say, Mummy, Mummy, I want a chocolate. Will you like such a son? See? When are we going to grow in life? All the time the same thing. Therefore, ajatasya bhavasya jati michanti vadinaha. These dualists, the Dvaitis, they are all the time thinking about that when the Atma who is unborn is born as Jiva, and Ajataha Amrito Bhavaha. And who is Ajata? Ajata is unborn. If somebody is unborn, how can he die? See? If a friend came to me, Swamiji, I don't know, I'm fed up on my wife. I said, then divorce, yeah, forget about it. No, I cannot divorce. I said, okay, I will divorce on your behalf. Can I divorce somebody else's wife? See, when you are not born, how can you die? Do we have the experience of our birth? The real spiritual practice begins from here. Only the simple thing, work on it incessantly. See, therefore, ajato amrito bhava martyanam katameshati. Therefore, the one who is subject to death, how can he be unborn? And the one who is unborn, how can he ever die? Therefore, na bhavati amrutam martyam, na martyam amrutam tatha, prakriti anyatha bhavaha, na kathanchit bhavishyati. You cannot change the nature. The fire cannot become cold. It will remain cold. In the same manner, the Amrita, the immortal, will never die, and the mortal will always die. A mortal cannot remain immortal. And therefore, we have to recognize this. Never we were born, nor we ever die. After having learned, studied Vedanta, particularly now Mandukyopanishad, if you get even a passing thought in your mind about your death, you have what you studied is gone to Gangaji. मरो. मरने भी नहीं देते. So sorry, you cannot die. But I am fed up of my life. I want to die. Even if you want, you cannot die. See the joy? Nobody is miserable because of death. People are miserable because of the fear of death. When I die, what will happen to others? They will be happy. They are waiting for you to go. We only have that notion. What will happen if I die? Nothing is happening. When you are alive, nothing has happened. What can happen after you die? Nobody is indispensable in this world. Bhagwan Ram has come and gone. Did it make any difference to the world? That time also there was Ravana and Kumbhakarna and all these people. Bhagwan Krishna came. That time also Duryodhan, Dushasan, Shashupal, everybody was there. What difference it made? Now Bhagwan may take any avatar. We are there. He will fail. You can improve something if it is real. Can you improve your reflection in the waters? See, if you are looking into the water and water is shaky and therefore if reflection looks shaky, therefore you want to fish it out with a sieve. It appears doesn't exist. See, friends. Prakriti anyatha bhavaha na kathanchit bhavishyati. You cannot change the truth. Swabhavena mruto yasya bhavo gacchati martyatam krutakena mrutastasya katham syasyati nishala. See, those who say, those which are subject to death, maranahin, subject to death, those who are not subject to the maranahin means swabhavena amrutaha. The one which is essentially immortal, tasya martyatam na gacchati. How can they die? See, amruta means immortal. So how can the immortal die? Contradiction in terms. Krutakena amrutasya tasya katham syat nischalaha. And their krutaka means having born. The jiva is born. Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter. Mama imansho jiva loke jiva bhutas sanatanaha. A part of me in the jiva loka became the jiva. And we take it. Oh, Bhagavan say, Jiva is the Amsha of the Paramatma. Paramatma is the Amshi and Jiva is the Amsha. And the same Bhagavad Gita in the next 2-3 shlokas says, Utkramantam sthitam vapi bhunjanam va gunanvitam vimudha bevakuf na anupashanti. They cannot understand this. Pashanti jnana chakshusha. What is the purpose of telling all this? See, therefore, unless we are expert in establishing Tatparya Nirnay means what for something is told. What is the purpose behind telling that? Is the creation told to prove that there is a creation? See, is the Jiva topic brought to prove that the Jiva is real? Think. When we do not understand this, then we go on imagining. Therefore, it is necessary. We should never study scriptures on our own way. Tad vijnanatham gurumeva abhigached samit panihi shrotriyam brahmanishtam. Shrotriya brahmanishta guru is that he who has to do nothing in this world. Anybody who has to do anything in this world, he will use us. See, he has nothing to do, nowhere to go. He only can have the courage to tell us the truth. See, my friends. Therefore, Swabhavena amruto yasya bhavo gacchati martyatam. So those who imagine that according to duality, that which is immortal, that dies. Now, how can you talk to these people? How can immortal die? See? And then, krutakena amrutasya katham syadati nishchalaha. So the krutaka is the jiva. Therefore, the jiva should be immortal. Then how can he die? Now be attentive. Jiva as a individuality doesn't exist. But Jiva as a principle exists. See, so many bulbs, in each bulb there is a light. So each bulb light is a Vyakti individuality. And the light in all the bulbs is the abhivyakti, manifestation of electricity in the form of light. So one bulb can become fused, that light may disappear, but that doesn't mean the light died. The light is there always. In the same manner, see, when the life departs, that body falls dead. But the principle of life is eternally ever the same. But what happens? We take Jiva as an individual. Jiva is not an individual. See? Therefore, Krutakena Amrutaha Tasya Katham Sadhati Nishalaha. Therefore, how can the Jiva who is born, he will remain eternally? That means, how can he attain liberation, moksha? Not possible. Moksha is eternal presence. Therefore, no Jiva can ever attain moksha, because he is like, the ocean can become the waves. Waves can never become the ocean. Paramatma has become the Jivatma because of the conditioning, but the Jivatma can never become Paramatma. Why? He is already Paramatma. He doesn't have to become. Man can become the husband. Husband can never become the man because he is already a man. See, friends. Therefore, this principle is so simple. Therefore, according to Ataha, Anir Moksha Prasangaha iti Abhiprayaha. Therefore, the non-dual Paramatma, the Ajanma, unborn, is born as a Jiva, and because it is born, it has to die. If he dies, there cannot be moksha. Therefore, this is not acceptable, that the duality, Dvaita, is real. Now the question is raised about the Srishti, about the creation. Nanu Ajatiyavadinah Srishti Pratipadika Shrutihi na sangachate pramanyam. See? When you talk about nothing is born, Ajatavadi, nothing is born. Then, what about the creation which is told in our scriptures? There are so many theories. One theory is a sequence. Tasman Atmana, Akasha Sambhuta, Akasha Vayu, Vayu Ragni, etc. Other it is so kamayata bahusyam prajayeti sa tapotapyata tapastatva idagam sarvam asrujata yadidam kincha. Second way of explaining how creation happened. Third thing is sa ikshata, he contemplated and just his imagination created the whole world. So many theories of creation. What for they are? They are told in our scriptures. This is the question raised. See? Badham. Correct. You are very right. What you are telling is true. Vidyate. Srishti pratipadika shrutihi. Satu anya para. Upayaha so avataraya iti avochama. We have already told you that creation is not meant to prove creation, but a creation is meant to discover your divine nature. See, what is the purpose? See, the simple rule is the unknown is reached through the known. See? Like many people, when they ask Swamiji, is there any landmark near your house? See, if I tell him, yes, there is a landmark. What? There is a dog standing in front of the house. Then go on searching for a dog. Where is the dog? Where is the dog? Landmark means on the land, not the mobile. So in the same manner, from the known, the unknown is indicated. This is the rule of life. See? Do you know Gupta ji? No, I don't know him, yaar. You don't know him? Do you know Kapoor? Yes, he's a friend of mine. That Kapoor's father-in-law is Gupta ji. Oh. Now what did you get? Relation. What do we know? We know the world. Then the creator of the world is God. Oh. See how simple it is. This is the rule. The unknown is brought to our knowledge through the agency of known. It is for this purpose. What is known to us? The world is known to us. Therefore, the world is too much for me. Which world is too much for you? The Pancha Mahabhutas? The Jnanendriyas? The Karmendriyas? What is maximum too much for you? See? When you just start thinking, then you come to know world is not other than you. Ishavasya sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. See? Idam sarvam yat kincha, whatever insignificant it may be, is all permeated by the same divine principle. When you start with this vision, then what will happen? Two things will happen. Tena tyaktena bhunjitha. Life will not be bhoga pradhan. It will not be indulgent. See? Tena tyaktena bhunjitha. You will live life without indulgent attitude. Protect yourself from indulgence. Then, ma grudha kasya siddhanam. You will not become accumulative of things and beings around you. Then how to live life? Kurvanne veha karamani jiji visheshadagam sama. See? Then, for time pass, live 100% every moment. You have learnt everything in scriptures. See? How it starts? It starts from changing the vision. Remember this example I had given you earlier. Many years before, I was coming by this Pedder Road somewhere. There was little traffic, so the motorcycle people, somehow they go ahead. So one boy was running after a girl and he wanted to stop in front of her and say hi. And he did it. He stopped to say hi. But it so happened that girl-looking lady was 82 not out. So will he say hi? He said, hi, twice. The vision has changed, the interaction will change. See, friends, all the spiritual life is change your vision. Scriptural study is not meant for getting something or losing something. Correct your vision, everything will change. See? But we are looking at the world by the wrong instrument. See? If you take any, whatever picture is there, I don't know. If you come nearer to the picture, maybe 2 inches distance, will you be able to see that picture? If you go maybe 2 miles away, and from there you want to look at the picture, can you see that? If you want to see the beauty of the picture, you require an optimum distance, is it not? In the same manner, if you want to discover the beauty of this world, keep an optimum distance. Therefore, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. Don't create friends. Don't go too close. किसी को जाओ मत कहो. Don't go far away. Live in this world with the optimum distance. Then you see the world is beautiful. The ugliness of the world is because we are too close. See? Therefore, vidyate srishtipadika shrutihi satu anyapara. But the purpose of the srishti, the creation theory, is different. Upayaha saha avataraya iti avam iti avochamaha. Upaya, it is a means. Upa means near. Ayagatav, that which takes you nearer to your goal. By the upaya, by the car, I came up to the compound of Prempuri Ashram. Then by another upaya, by my shoes, I came to the hall. Then that shoes are left. Then leaving that shoes, I came on the Vyasapit. All are important. but they have a limit and they have to be dropped. Similarly, the theories of creation, they are useful. For what? Not to get involved too much in this world, but to withdraw from this world. Is upaya. See? It is so simple. Upaya avataraya. Idanim muktehe api parihare punascha chodyaman pariharo vikshartham prati srushti shruti aksharanam anuloma virodha shankaya matra parihararthau. And therefore, the srishti, the creation, is also told that we have to come back to the unchanging substratum, and all the doubts, pariharartham, removal of the doubts, this is being said. What is said? Bhutato vapi srujyamane samashruti nishchitam yukti yuktam cha yattad bhavati netarat. Beautifully said. Bhutataha abhutataha api. Paramarthik absolute and abhutataha api aparamarthik relative. Srujyamane smrata samashruti. Scriptures talk about the absolute as well as the relative. Both are told by the same Shruti. Then nishchitam yukti yuktam cha. Now both these things are told. Now you work on it. Therefore, Shravan Manan. See, when it is said that we suffer in our life because of two things. One is we suffer because we have something, and we suffer because we don't have something. See, those who don't have children, they are miserable, and those who have children, they are super miserable. Think now what God will do. See, because we are born to be miserable. So bhutato abhutato vapi srujyamane samashrati. Therefore, all these things are told. That is, Paramartha and Samsara. Both of them are told in our scripture. Same thing. But here, Nishchitam Yukti Yuktam cha. But now you understand properly. Yukti Yuktam logically. Can the duality be real or the absolute be real? See? Duality, I versus you. Absolute, independent I. Now start working on it. See? The known and the knower. This is the duality. Now in this duality, which is important? Is the known important or the knower important? Or the knowledge important? Three of them. Knower, known, knowledge. When the known comes in contact with the knower, knowledge happens. But when the known and the knower have disappeared, knowledge continues to be. So the undivided knowledge is the ultimate truth. Therefore, we told again and again, experiencer without experiencer and the experienced is the ultimate truth. And therefore, there cannot be anybody who is realized. We go and give the label, evaluate Mahatmas. That Mahatma seems to be realized. Are Dumbo. The very realization is not understood. See? One wave talks to other wave. That wave is realized. Jnana mana jahu ek ho nahi. See? Realization is that there is nobody left. This example I told you, work on it. Who goes to sleep? Think over it. In sleep, there is nobody. If in ordinary sleep there is nobody, how there can be somebody in realization? Oh God, that means we should not know. Don't try. Relax. What will you do after realization? वही तंबाकू वही चूना रखड़ो और खाओ. As much miserable we have seen the so-called religious spiritual people, that much average people are not miserable. All mental blocks. I think he was looking at me. I think he was thinking something about me. They have got better things to think about. Who is going to think about you? But then our mind goes on projecting. And it becomes so real. And then we go on making stories. See, that Swamiji came and he told me like this thing. I think he is expecting something from me. No? Oh, no. Are kabutar. See, friends, this is how it becomes unnecessary getting involved in this world. See, friends. So, nishchitam yukti yuktam cha tad bhaved na itarat. Therefore, when the various stories of creation are told, they are true. That the world is created is true. But what for it is told? Because that is what we know. Now you go into the Shravan Manan. How the world is created, when the world is created, where from the world begins, where the world ends. Start working on it. And then you will come to know. The world is created the moment there is body identification. The world begins from our body. The world exists till the body identification exists. The world dissolves Mahapralaya when there is no body identification. So what will be the spiritual practice? Get rid of this body identification. Now the question comes, how to get rid of it? You cannot get rid of body identification. You cannot. Like you cannot stop reflection happening in the mirror. You cannot. Then don't take body identification as real. Like we don't take the reflection in the mirror as real. In the same manner, we play through the body identification the game of life. Whatever we are supposed to do or be that. Can we carry the achievements of the dream in the waking? I got a huge, lottery. 100,000 billions of dollars I got it. Then I want to bring it into the waking. See, friends, we just discard it. It's just a dream. In the same manner, achievements in the world, where do they go when we go to deep sleep? My friends, spiritual life is not an achievement. Therefore, na kuch pana, na kuch khona. There is no achievement. Swamiji, are you realize? I'm thinking, thoda lag raha hai. You don't know what fun we have in life. How do you feel when you get realized? I said, did you have that sometime, influenza? Yes, like that I feel. Life is such a great fun, friends. Don't make spirituality a punishment to yourself. We make spirituality as a punishment. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. See? This you is the real you. And therefore, after having told the creation, then in the same Upanishad it is said, Neha naneti chamnayad indro maya bihi ityapi ajayamano bahudha mayaya jayate tu saha. After having created the whole thing in the logic of creation, then it is said, Na iha naneti naneti neti neti. This is not the Paramatma, this is not the Paramatma. Having created, then told this is not, this is, reject everything. So the creation is explained to reject it, not to hold on to it. See how important it is. There are two things, like cigarette packet. On that it is written, cigarette smoking is injurious to health. This is written for what? So that you should reject smoking. But we say, oh, this is authentic, it's written there. Don't smoke. In the same manner, scriptures are talking about the creation, not to hold on to it, but reject it. Therefore, neha naneti. Neha naneti kinchana. See? Otherwise, neha nanasi kinchana. There is no nana, there is no chacha, there is no mama. Paramatma alone is. Hold on to that reality and be happy. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.